welcome to another edition of Northern Heat. And this week, a special edition with our special guest here, Eric Dugas. Eric, you're a co-owner of JC Pools.
Yes, it's a company that we bought 4 years ago.
4 years ago, yeah.
And it's a nice partnership, and it's a nice experience as of now. We enjoy it.
So you were in the manufacturing world before, and you switched to retail. So there was an adjustment and a change in your world from what you were used to. And then in addition to that, we've had a small little world pandemic that has hit not just our region, but all over the world. So that has had an impact. And that's kind of the premise of this, of what we're going to talk about today. But before I say that, is that this morning I received an email from Gare Maxwell. And Gare is a coach. He does a whole pile of work on helping businesses look at things in a different way and to brand themselves. And every second week he puts out an edition that's called Leaders and Legends. And people can, and you can, and anybody can subscribe to that and see it. But there was one thing in today's post that is a great segue into our discussion. And I'm going to read it, and that's why I have the paper in front of me today, because I want to quote what he said. In that he said, "In the face of upheaval, forward-thinking leaders have to stop protecting yesterday in order to discover new treasures of tomorrow." So the part of upheaval is what has happened in the last little while, which is like the last 6 to 8 months, and also the fact that you've moved from manufacturing to retail, upheaval in your world. And so what does that mean to you, and what are some of the changes that you've done in the last 4 years, and specifically in the last few months, to pivot from where you were to where you have to go?
Well, the first is the switch from manufacturing to retail. I think every entrepreneur needs to know themselves, and the fit for myself was best in retail.
Okay.
My strength aligned more with retail than manufacturing. Now for COVID, at the first there was a lot of uncertainties.
Well, I do remember calling you up during that uncertainty, and you were sitting there going, "I don't know what's going to happen."
We did not have a clue of what was happening. And as soon as the warm weather started, there was a shift. And I have to be honest, we were in kind of the lucky ones, because people did not travel. And because they did not travel, they wanted to invest in their home and property and
outdoor living,
family time at their place. So we were kind of in the lucky businesses. So it created, instead of no business, it created like a lot of business.
Yeah.
And a lot of issues with the supply chain. So COVID had our store change the procedures inside the store, which we loved, because it created a nice process. It worked so much good that we want to keep doing that, even though COVID will eventually stop. Some of the process that we've put inside the company, we want to stay.
They'll stay in place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because we look at the future, the supply chain, which comes from everywhere, Asia, US, everywhere, we took a decision to take action. So I came from manufacturing and now retail, and now we're thinking, because of COVID, we started a procedure to start manufacturing again because of COVID. So we would become a supplier, but a Canadian supplier for the Canadian market. So as we speak, it's in the early process, but it's just to say that because of COVID, you had a choice. You either sit back and say, "Oh, COVID, I can do nothing," or you can fight.
Yeah.
And we decided to fight.
Well, it goes back to that statement again, is that discover new treasures. So, and I've talked to a lot of people about this in the last little while, about the fact that I believe, and a lot of other people believe, that one of the things that's going to come out of this is self-sufficiency. because we rely too much on selling our natural resources to other countries, getting them to manufacture and bringing it back. And because of points that you're just bringing up on supply chain, we need to start looking at things in a different way. So you're partnering up with a manufacturer. I think you told me you were going back to your brother and looking at manufacturing components and stuff for the world that you live in today.
So normally, so the product that I'm talking about, normally you order it and you receive it within 2-3 weeks. Now it's 2-3 months, and I would say even more than that. So that's why, you know, I could have just said, you know, we're going to wait and tell our clients that no, we can't have that product, you have to wait. We just decided to go in forward and have a new venture, you know, have a new experience, and why not, you know, why not have fun? It's fun. You're in business to have fun.
Yeah, but on top of that, that's going to open up more doors for you where, this is my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, is that where you were before in the retail space, your retail space was still limited geographically.
It is.
Okay?
It is.
But if you're going into this manufacturing of components, now all of a sudden you've taken that geographic map that was circling you there and have gone bang to there.
And that is what is nice about manufacturing is when you're retail, there's a limit to what you can serve. But when you're manufacturing, I can sell everywhere.
Yeah.
And the money comes from not the Chalat region, but it comes from all over Canada.
All over.
So I'm creating wealth in the Chalat region, which I like. It's not the same money from Chalat to Chalat. It's new money, and I like that. It's growth.
Well, that's an excellent story and a great story to tell. And thank you very much for being on this show today to be able to talk a little bit about that. And thank you to everybody out there that's listening, and share this because this is a great news story for our region. Share it out there, like it, pass it around, let everybody know what we can do. And Eric, thank you again for thinking out of the box and putting the heat, the northern heat.
Can I tell just one little story? Yeah. So, as an entrepreneur, you have a choice. You can either do everything by yourself and take the credit all by yourself, or you can have a team. And I understood really quickly that I had my, not strength, but the opposite of strength.
Yep.
What is the name? Weaknesses.
Yep.
So, everything I'm telling you about the success that we had and where we're going, it's all a team. It's not just Eric. I have other partners with me, and instead of just one person, it's a team. And the strength of the team is so much more fun.
Oh,
so everything I'm saying is it's not just one person, it's a team behind it, and it makes it so much more fun. So
well, again, thank you very much, and that's a great segue into some of our next stories about talking about teams and stuff. So congratulations on being able to use that famous word of COVID, pivoting, and pivoting in a direction that's going to grow the market, grow your team, and grow more people understanding and knowing about the Chalet region. So thank you again.
Thank you.
There we go for another edition of Northern Heat for this week.